Do you know that a small tropical country in Central America tried to become a state of the United States not once, but 15 times? Sounds unbelievable, right? And the United States responded firmly, rejecting the proposal 15 times in a row. What about the country where tattoos replace clothing? Welcome to Panama, a familiar name but filled with mysteries and strange truths that not everyone knows. In this travel documentary, we will explore 15 mind-blowing facts about this fascinating country. A place where people are born here, but if you call them Panamanians, don't ask why you might get kicked out of their house or even receive a swift kick in the butt. Stay with me through this video, and let's uncover these intriguing stories together. 15. Did Panama propose to the US 15 times? After Panama separated from Colombia in 1903 and gained its independence, it harbored a bold yet somewhat awkward dream: to become a state of the United States. Yes, you heard that right. It wasn't just a fleeting thought, it was a burning ambition. There were even serious discussions about Panama becoming a US territory. But why would Panama have such an intense desire to join the Union? The answer lies in Panama's golden, yet dangerous, geographical position. It's the narrow land bridge that connects North and South America, a strategic location that would eventually house the world-famous Panama Canal. At the time, the people of Panama knew that real power was in America's hands, especially after the French failed miserably in their attempt to build the canal. They believed that becoming one of America's states would be their golden ticket to rapid modernization, security, and sustainable development. Protection under the mighty wing of Uncle Sam. But despite their repeated pleas, the US wasn't having it. The rumors say they made their case 15 times over the course of 50 years. The fact that Panama officially requested statehood 15 times might be one of the most shocking rumors ever, but the truth is, there are no official records documenting such requests. Why did America keep rejecting these offers? The US wanted Panama to remain independent on paper. This made it much easier to control the Panama Canal without the full obligations of statehood. In a bizarre twist, they kept Panama in a political friend zone, a strange yet effective strategy that allowed America to control the canal while keeping Panama at arm's length. Even today, despite Panama's independence, Panama uses the US dollar, is home to hundreds of thousands of American residents, and once housed the US Southern Command headquarters. But the strange, almost unbelievable tale of Panama's repeated proposals and rejections still lingers as one of history's most curious whispers, a fascinating story few truly know. 14. Where tattoos replace clothing, a tribe's unique tradition. One of Panama's most mysterious and intriguing tribes, the Embera, carry a secret. Their tattoos are not just for beauty, they are a shield for survival. Strange, right? But here's the twist. They don't ink their bodies for art. Today, around 30,000 Embera people live throughout Panama, mostly near Chagres National Park. But in the past, they thrived deep in the Darien jungle, a place so remote it took 6 to 10 hours of hiking through swamps and rivers just to reach them. The harsh conditions pushed them closer to the city's edge for better access to healthcare and education, but they fiercely cling to their traditions. They live in raised wooden houses, known as palafitos, designed to protect them from floods and wild animals in the Darien rainforest. The most striking feature of the Embera women is their attire, or rather, their lack of it. They wear short woven skirts, their bodies adorned with mysterious black patterns, from arms to legs, from backs to faces. But these aren't permanent tattoos. Instead, they use jagua fruit juice to create temporary tattoos that last for weeks, typically for ceremonies, or to attract curious tourists. It's a unique cultural practice, not unlike henna in India. In the past, only shamans or tribal leaders could tattoo others, with each design symbolizing protection, spirit, or health, especially for the perilous jungle journeys. But now, these tattoos have evolved. The Embera believe the black ink is more than symbolic. It serves as a defense, helping their skin resist the dangers of the sun's harsh rays. Think of it as an ancient, natural sunscreen, a kind of biological armor that has been passed down through generations. Could this ancient sunblock be a secret the world has yet to fully understand? (13) Living in Panama, but not Panamanian. Why does no one want to tell you about Gunayala? It's a land spread across nearly 370 islands, home to the Guna people, about 50,000 strong, making up only 1.2% of Panama's population, but they are not Panamanian. In fact, calling them Panamanian is not just wrong, it could get you kicked off their island. For the Guna, the stakes of identity are high. They don't belong to Panama, they are Guna, and that distinction is a matter of life and death to them. The Guna have fought fiercely to preserve their sovereignty, and Panama's constitution recognizes Gunayala as a semi-autonomous region where the Guna govern their own natural resources, tourism, and even immigration laws. No business, no politician, and no outside organization can operate here without the express approval of the Congreso General Guna, the All People's Council. The Guna tribe lives in a strong matriarchal society where women make important decisions and are highly respected. They also recognize a third gender, called Omegid, meaning like a woman, which allows for freedom of gender expression. Any outsider man who wants to marry a Guna woman must live with her family and undergo a ceremony approved by the Elders' Council. Visitors to Gunayala tread carefully. No filming children, no drones, no hard liquor, and absolutely no questions about their way of life, especially not the one that dares ask why they don't leave. In 2021, the United Nations even listed their survival model as a case study of indigenous climate adaptation. Their islands, sitting perilously just a meter above sea level, face the deadly threats of rising tides and climate change. Yet, when disaster strikes, the Guna don't ask for help. The Guna have chosen survival over surrender. 12. The truth behind Panama's invisible doors. You might not know this, but Panamanians can live, work, and stay long-term in over 10 countries without needing a visa, thanks to a network of old, but still valid treaties known as invisible doors in the world of immigration. These agreements allow Panamanians to move freely to places where citizens of other countries often spend years working through paperwork. Did you know that with just a Panamanian passport, you can easily settle in countries like Colombia, Spain, Chile, Ecuador, Peru, Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, and several other Latin American countries with just a few simple steps? Some don't even require proof of finances, which is extremely rare in global immigration law. What's surprising is that most foreigners, even Americans and Europeans, have no idea about this, because these treaties were signed during colonial or early independence times, but still quietly apply to this day. In fact, under Spanish law, Panamanians can apply for citizenship after just 2 years of legal residency, instead of the usual 10 years for non-EU citizens. Panamanians primarily use these agreements for both residency and travel purposes. The old treaties allow them to move freely within various countries, making it easier for them to establish residency or visit without the usual visa requirements. In recent years, some Panamanians use this policy to leave their country, with some viewing it as an escape, while others feel they are running away from the place they were born. 11. Can a country thrive without a military? Panama's experiment. Panama is one of the few countries in the world that has no military. It made this bold decision after the 1989 U.S. invasion, choosing to abolish its armed forces in favor of investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. Since then, Panama has relied on its police forces for internal security, while regional stability is supported through international treaties, particularly the United States. By 1994, this decision was written into the Constitution, making it illegal to ever form a standing army again. This unique approach has allowed Panama to focus on what truly matters for its citizens, building a peaceful, thriving nation. With a heavy emphasis on neutrality, Panama has become a hub for international trade, particularly because of the famous Panama Canal, which remains under constant protection by the U.S., military and global maritime organizations. These forces have no tanks, no missiles, and no fighter jets. They act more like peacekeepers than soldiers. The result is amazing. For over 30 years, Panama has stayed politically stable and seen strong economic growth. While other countries spend billions on defense, Panama invests in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. But could this model truly be the future for other nations? What do you think? Could this work for the rest of the world? 10. Why you should never visit this part of Panama at night. Don't rush through this video if you don't want to know the dark truth about Panama's hidden danger. In Panama City, there's one name that sends a chill down the spine of both locals and police: San Miguelito. This area isn't highlighted in red on tourist maps, but in the survival guide of Panamanians, it's always circled with an exclamation mark. San Miguelito isn't just another district. It's a chaotic, overcrowded world of its own, standing in stark contrast to the shine of downtown Panama City. Narrow streets snake between overcrowded homes, makeshift tin shacks, and kids kicking soccer balls through the streets, while motorbikes dart through the maze of concrete. But the crime here is enough to make anyone think twice. In 2023, Panama's Ministry of Security reported that over 30% of local incidents and 45% of robberies in the capital occur in San Miguelito. At night, many taxi drivers won't even go near it. Some locals say it's a lawless zone after 9 p.m., with rare police patrols, broken cameras, and a community too accustomed to crime to report it. If you happen to wander into a dark alley past 10 p.m. and hear footsteps behind you, the advice is simple: don't look back, just walk faster. 9. Discover the island where masculinity is celebrated. Ever wondered what life's like on an island where tradition celebrates masculinity? Let's dive into Tablas and find out. Tablas is a small, peaceful island just off the coast of Panama, often referred to as the Island of Flowers. But there's something unique about it that makes it stand out. Here, men are treated as treasures. According to local statistics, among the roughly 1,000 permanent residents, there are fewer than 120 men under 40. 60% of the island's residents are women. Foreigners are especially considered a precious resource. Unlike many parts of the world, the island's cultural traditions and customs celebrate men, particularly for their role in maintaining the lineage and protecting. On Tablas, it's not uncommon to see men being pampered, honored, and revered in local festivities or the daily interactions among locals. Visitors who come to the island often notice how the men, from young to old, seem to hold a special place in the island's social fabric. In a world where gender dynamics are constantly evolving, Tablas offers a fascinating glimpse into a society where men are truly cherished. 8. Public urination can get you fined $10,000. The real reason Panama City is considered one of the cleanest cities in the world might shock you. Panama, particularly Panama City, is infamous for having some of the strictest cleanliness laws in Latin America. Breaking these rules could cost you more than just a fine. Public urination, littering, or tossing cigarette butts on the sidewalk could land you with a fine ranging from $100 to a staggering $10,000, depending on how severe your violation is and whether you're caught in the act. Sounds extreme, right? Here's something even more chilling. Panama has a Facebook community called Los Cochinos, where locals anonymously post photos and videos of offenders caught urinating, littering, or throwing trash onto the street. Those publicly shamed often find their personal lives unraveling, with many losing their jobs or having strangers track them down to their homes. The internet truly never forgets. But it doesn't stop there. Panama City boasts a dense network of surveillance cameras, especially in high-traffic areas like the financial district and major bus stations. Think you're not being watched? Think again. Police could show up at your door just minutes after the incident. And it's not just about the fines. Over the past decade, the government has poured over $200 million into cleaning up the Juan Diaz River and Panama Bay, which were once choking on pollution. In this city, cleanliness is more than a civic duty. It's a matter of personal survival. Would you risk it? 7. Surviving Panama City, the hidden language of car horns. If you're visiting Panama City for the first time, you might think you're stepping into a battlefield of honking horns. Is it some kind of chaos? Or is everyone just fighting to be heard in the traffic jam? But here's the thing, don't get mad. In Panama, honking isn't a sign of frustration. It's a life or death method of communication, a survival tactic in the concrete jungle. A quick beep? It's simply a heads up, I'm here. 2 short beeps? That's a friendly gracious, a thank you from a driver who's been graciously let in. But if you hear 3 rapid, forceful beeps, brace yourself. It means let me through, and fast. It's not exactly road rage, but you better move. In cities like New York or Los Angeles, honking feels hostile. But in Panama, it's just a rhythm of life. It's like a constant soundtrack you learn to live with, or risk losing your sanity. Could you adapt to the constant honking, or would you lose your mind? This might sound bizarre, but for Panamanians, it's just another day in the madness. With over 480,000 private cars in Panama City alone, and a population of 1.5 million people, traffic jams are a daily, nerve-wracking reality. The horn becomes a lifesaver in the noise and fumes, often more effective than yelling. 6. Living with the blackout surprise. Power cuts in Panama. Yes, you heard that right. Power and water outages are a daily reality in Panama, and it's something both locals and expats have learned to live with. Whether you're in popular destinations like Boquete, where many Americans and Canadians retire, or in the beautiful island paradise of Bocas del Toro, power cuts of 3 to 8 hours per week are common. These outages occur at unpredictable times, sometimes in the middle of the day, in hot summer. Sometimes late at night, and often with no warning or explanation. It's a part of life that many visitors quickly get used to, but it still catches newcomers off guard. A 2022 survey by the Panama Clean Energy Initiative revealed that more than 60% of households in rural and semi-urban areas face power or water disruptions at least twice a week. The causes vary: outdated power lines, thunderstorms that knock out substations, or even water pumps that take breaks during peak hours. This unreliable infrastructure has led many Panamanians and expats to prepare for these interruptions by keeping extra water jugs, flashlights, and backup chargers on hand. In resort areas or expat communities, the lack of power can hurt business, with some even investing in generators to ensure a steady supply of electricity. Interestingly, locals are impressively calm about the outages. They call it natural break time. When your phone dies, the TV's off, and people go back to chatting or playing dominoes. 5. Exploring Panama's iconic festival in Las Tablas. Now, let's dive into the biggest festival in Panama, Desfile de las Mil Polleras. One of the most significant cultural events in Panama, and it's considered the country's largest and most vibrant festival. The parade, which takes place on the 3rd Sunday of January, celebrates the pollera, Panama's traditional national dress, with thousands of women proudly wearing this intricate garment. This festival dates back to the early 20th century and has grown into a massive celebration of Panama's rich cultural heritage. The pollera is a beautiful and intricate dress that takes months to create, often featuring elaborate embroidery and beadwork, and it has become an emblem of national pride. The Desfile de las Mil Polleras pays tribute to this dress, where women from across Panama, both young and old, participate in the procession. According to local sources, more than 5,000 women can be seen parading through the streets of Las Tablas, wearing different variations of the polera. The parade includes not only the dresses, but also colorful headpieces, accessories, and music, creating a vivid and lively spectacle. In addition to its cultural significance, the Desfile de las Mil Polleras draws thousands of visitors from around the world, making it one of the largest tourism events in Panama. This festival is a vital part of Panama's history and serves as a reminder of the country's deep cultural roots, celebrated with passion and pride each year. Four, how Panama wards off evil with one simple object. What's the simplest step to ward off evil spirits? In Panama, it's as easy as wearing the pintao hat. The traditional pintao hat is not just a stylish accessory, it's believed to have magical powers. Made of straw, this iconic hat is thought to bring good luck and protect the wearer from the evil eye, a belief in Panama and other parts of Latin America that someone can cause harm simply by casting an envious glance. To ensure its protective qualities, the pintao hat must be crafted in a specific, meticulous way, which includes weaving the straw with intention and care. The hat is typically woven by hand, and its creation is considered an art form, passed down through generations. The intricate process involves weaving fine strands of straw, which requires skill and patience. Depending on the complexity of the design, making a pintao hat can take days or even weeks. Each hat is unique, with different patterns symbolizing various protections and blessings. As for the cost, it varies greatly based on the craftsmanship, with high-quality, intricately woven hats being more expensive. A well-made pintao can range from $30 to over $100, depending on the quality of materials and the skill of the artisan. These hats are not just cultural artifacts. They represent an essential part of Panama's history and belief system, carrying both tradition and spiritual significance. 3. How Panama beats U.S. cities in affordability and quality of life. The cost of living in Panama is generally much lower than in many cities in the United States, making it an attractive option for expats and retirees. Housing costs in Panama City can be as much as 50 to 60% lower than in New York City, with rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the city center ranging from $500 to $800, while in New York, similar accommodations can easily cost upwards of $2,500. Groceries, dining out, and transportation are also much more affordable. Eating out at a mid-range restaurant in Panama may cost around $20 for two people, while in New York, the same meal could easily be double that. Public transportation in Panama is very cheap, with bus fares costing just $1. Healthcare is another area where Panama shines, offering quality medical care at a fraction of the cost in the United States. Private healthcare services in Panama are not only affordable, but also highly rated. Overall, living in Panama provides a much lower cost of living, while maintaining a similar standard of living to major cities in the United States, making it an attractive option for those looking to stretch their dollar further. 2. The most attractive destination for foreign marriages. Panama is home to some of the most captivating women in the world, where beauty is celebrated in every form. The women here radiate confidence, grace, and strength, with their rich cultural heritage shining through in their vibrant personalities. The striking beauty of Panama's women is a combination of diverse ethnic backgrounds, from Afro-Latin to indigenous and European roots, creating a unique and mesmerizing aesthetic. Their skin glows under the sun, and their eyes sparkle with a sense of mystery and warmth that draws people in. The way they move, the way they speak, exudes an irresistible charm that is both sensual and empowering. In recent years, Panama has seen a noticeable rise in the number of international marriages, particularly with individuals from the United States, Europe, and neighboring Latin American countries. According to the latest statistics, approximately 10,000 foreign marriages have been recorded in Panama over the past decade. This reflects the growing attraction of Panama for those seeking love and new opportunities. Panamanian women are often admired for their beauty, confidence, and hospitality. Many foreigners are drawn to the combination of their physical allure and strong personalities. These relationships often lead to long-term settlement in Panama, with many couples choosing to live in areas like Panama City, Boquete, or Bocas del Toro. Why do thousands of men from around the world choose Panama for love and marriage? Could Panama be your next destination? 1. Tasting Panama. The rich flavors of a diverse nation. Panama's diverse population of approximately 4.4 million people is a melting pot of cultures, with 50% mestizo or mixed heritage, 22% of African descent, 7% indigenous, along with significant communities of Chinese, European, and Arab descent. This rich cultural tapestry is beautifully reflected in Panama's cuisine, which blends influences from indigenous, Spanish, African, and Chinese culinary traditions. A true taste of Panama begins with sancocho, a hearty chicken soup seasoned with herbs, often served with rice. Another beloved dish is tamales, a savory treat made from masa, corn dough, filled with meat, vegetables, or chicken, and wrapped in plantain leaves. Ceviche, a refreshing dish of raw fish marinated in lime juice and mixed with onions, peppers, and cilantro, showcases Panama's coastal influence, while arroz con pollo, rice with chicken, is a comforting, flavorful classic found in many households. The combination of these diverse flavors and ingredients not only reflects Panama's cultural melting pot, but also offers a delicious culinary experience that captures the essence of the country's history and its people. So we've just explored the fascinating world of Panama's unique traditions, stunning landscapes, and the rich culture that makes this country so special. Which part surprised you the most? Or maybe you've experienced some of Panama's charm firsthand. If you enjoy uncovering fascinating cultural facts, hidden gems, and untold stories from around the world, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next exciting adventure.